Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the love and light that is Unity of Lawrence in this brand new year, 2022, and it's cold outside. We are all grateful to be happy. We're grateful to be inside and warm. As you know, we begin everything here at Unity in prayer. So please listen while we pray. We celebrate the divine source that lives and breathes within us. We accept ourselves without judgment and accept each other. We acknowledge our place in the environment and we care for our sacred mother. We carry light, share peace, and live in joy and thanksgiving. And so it is. Amen. And now let's join Holly for our opening song.
Good morning, Unity of Lawrence. Hope you're staying safe and warm. And if you're in the comfort of your own home, feel free to dance around. Get warmed up for our service today. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. Doing what I do best. Doing what I do best. Living really gets me high. And if I'm not just getting by, if I'm passing every test, I must be doing what I do best. This is how I wanna pass my days. This is how I wanna pass my days. This is how I wanna pass my days. Doing what I do best. Doing what I do best. If I never ever get the blues, and life is too good to be true, if the answer is always yes, I must be doing what I do best. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. This is how I'm gonna spend my time. Doing what I do best. 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 Doing what we do best. Doing what we do best.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you. That was fabulous. And now let's proceed with our Unity intentions. Please affirm with me Unity's founding principle. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And now our Unity of Lawrence vision. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And finally, our Unity of Lawrence mission. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. Now, please welcome our special music from Sugarfoot Detour. Sugarfoot Detour.
This is a song called No Apologies by Unity's own Holly. Everybody knows who she is.
All right.
Life falls down into a silent compromise. I can see it through your eyes. There's no hope in sight. When you're trying way too hard to be someone you are not, and you've convinced yourself that's the safest lot. We are way too polite, making sure we don't shine too bright, hiding from our own birthright like we're gonna hurt somebody's eyes. There are no apologies accepted for who you are. You are the brightest star that ever shone for me. And what what if you're the lighthouse to show the sailors all the way to the safe house on the bay? Wouldn't come through space and time to be victims of the crime of imposter to the true life of our soul. No, we wouldn't come through space and time to be less than our divine, for we are greater than quantified by soul. We wouldn't come here to be anything less. We wouldn't come here to be anything less. We wouldn't come here to be anything less than whole. When we humble ourselves down to the negative, we negate the very grace that we are made of. The imperative to just get by just gets in the way of the things we want to say and who we really are. It's our journey to listen and to hear, not to give in to the mere illusion. So we're older and we're wiser now. We try hard not to fall. We don't want to risk it all, so we build more walls. And what if you're the ocean and we're behind those walls and we couldn't sail at all? Why would we come through space and time without a blueprint undesigned, tailor-made of the potentials of our soul? No, we wouldn't come through space and time to be less than our divine, for we are greater than and quantified by soul. We didn't come here to be anything less. We didn't come here to be anything less. We didn't come here to be anything less than whole. What if we come through space and time, peer through the looking glass divine? Would you believe your eyes to see you're shining?
Thank you, Sugarfoot Detour. That was awesome. Well, again, welcome everyone to this very cold Sunday where we get to be in the warmth of our homes and Zoom our wonderful Unity service. For those of you who may not be aware, or those of you who are expecting Robin Golf and the White Stone ceremony, that will be taking place next Sunday in person. This week, however, we have a fantastic speaker who needs no introduction. You've heard her before here at Unity. Some of you have probably been to her workshops. So please, with no further ado, let's welcome Martha Creek.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Unity of Lawrence friends. Happy New Year to you. I believe everybody I hear from is looking forward to a new year and in requiring us also to take some action to create a new year that we actually want to experience. So even though we're weary, some of us, from the year this has been and the 2 years this has been and what seems like 40 years of this, because we got disrupted in ways we could not even comprehend, that it is going to be even more important now to say, I've got to come out of some of this undifferentiated way of being with this less mature way of being this. So I'm knowing and holding and uplifting you to have a new vitality, a new power, a new presence for yourself, even though you may feel weary or tired or kind of exhausted, that a new breath of life, a new manna from heaven comes forward to and through and for you in this new year as we purposefully let go some things. And then to say, I'm going to use all the energy I have, all the vitality I have to create a way of being for me that is easier for me, that is more in integrity for myself, and that is actually causing me to have a better life experience than I've had. Basic Unity principles. So this is going to require us and call us up to being less offended. Imagine if after this day, this week, this year, you could no longer be offended. What would it be like? If you weren't as sensitive, if you didn't harbor the same hurts and this reservoir of hurts, if you open the dam to that reservoir, if you open the dam to that reservoir and let that pour out of you, that I'm going to have an emptying out at the beginning of this new year. I'm going to have a purification process. I thought about that even as I dressed today, that I'm going to wear something that would remind us of a purification process, that would require us, remind us that we're required to take purification processes, that we've got to then set some of this aside. Many of you put this in burning bowls. You've established a new white stone word. You may have set an intention, an action, a way of being in the world that's new. I'm uplifting that. I'm conferring a blessing on all of that, that you absolutely get to experience that more fully than you even imagined yet. So the opposite of being quickly offended, self-managing, self-regulating, conscious choosing, even though the knee-jerk reactions are there to be offended. It's like, no, I'm going to put a pause in there. I'm going to put a breath in there. I'm going to presence myself before I fire off that email or that text or before I answer the phone. So I'm going to take responsibility for being self-managing, more resourceful, even resilient, a new grit. That means that I'm going to be less and less and less demanding, less willful, less stubborn. Now, I thought my middle name was Stubborn until I was 5 or 6 years old. That's what my dad referred to me the most. So see what stubborn gene you got, what stubborn streak is in you, and see what the consequences of that stubborn streak is. The consequences of my stubbornness are painful to me, more suffering. Any kind of resistance, and every sage and seer and spiritual teacher has told us that resistance is causing us to suffer. Resistance, whatever we resist, persist. So then it's like, okay, wake up, honey, wake up, you're in a nightmare, wake up. That says, okay, I've got to do something different. So if I'm not going to be resistant, what am I going to do? So for me, I say I go with it. The street is blocked. The street I wanted to use, the street I always use. I'm going with it. So find another street. I was dead set on having a dinner in a restaurant. I get there, it's closed. Oh, I don't know where I'm going to have dinner, but I know where I'm not going to have dinner. So I go with it. I go with it. Somebody, I'm trying to tell them, hey, if you cook these cookies in this oven, like somebody did yesterday, they're going to burn. I'm going to follow the directions on the package. That's what I'm going to do. I said, okay, but now yesterday somebody followed the package directions and they were burned. It says right here, go with it. Instead of standing there pounding my head against a brick wall, wondering why my head is bleeding. This means then going into a new way of being, a new earth, creating a new earth, creating the life I want to have for myself, creating the way of life that I want to be in, that I've got to stop thinking in polarizing patterns of black and white and yes or no, and to get more integrated, not just tolerant, but a new breath of understanding for all the polarities, all of the spectrum, both polarities, respect and disrespect, and everything in between, love and hate, and everything in between. They include me, they exclude me, and everything in between. So it's all included, so much more integrated in the way of the human and of human beingness, to gain a new breath of understanding, to step back, to be able to be the first to step back from a situation, to gain some perspective, to gain a higher view. Eric Butterworth said it as, see things rightly. Let me step back so I'm more apt to see things rightly. Now, this means some basic, concrete kind of things too, to stop blaming. We say, oh, I'm not a blamer. It's like, oh, definitely we're a blamer. You're a blamer, I'm a blamer, we're all blamers. I blame, of course I blame, then I blame the blamers because I don't want to be blamed. So I blame them for blaming me. Us high righteous spiritual types are the best at this. It's like, oh, don't include her, she's so negative. It's like, oh, that's me being negative about her negativity. Oh, she's so critical. It's like, well, I'm criticizing her criticalness. She's so judgmental. He's so judgmental. It's like, I'm judging the judgmentalness. So I'm perpetuating the very things in the world that I claim I don't want to be in the world, while I'm joining up in spiritual groups and singing "Let There Be Peace on Earth" and "Let It Begin with Me" every Sunday. So, oh, it means I've got to do something differently. Yes, less blaming self, less blaming others. And when it comes out, to know it's going to come out, to say, I left that behind in 2021. I'm doing less of that now. I'm on a fast from that. I'm purifying myself from that. So I'm taking responsibility for myself, for my own emotions, for my own state of mind. I'm taking responsibility for my own consciousness and the evolution of that consciousness. The consciousness of my soul's evolution. So nobody can be the matter with me. So anytime I'm challenged, I learn from it, I grow from it, and look to see what would sane, sensible action be like here. What can I do in this situation? What can I do differently than this patterned, knee-jerk, instinctual way of being? What can I do? So that means dropping some of my uptightness, some of my seriousness, my defensiveness, my this demanding, willful way, to say, I've got to soften. I've got to at least get up here in my midbrain that can be a little playful, a little less uptight, because seriousness and uptightness is a symptom of anxiety. And the more anxious we get, the less we function. And the more anxious we get, the more emotional we get, the less thinking we can do, the less discerning power we have. So this is superpowers to make this decision going into next year. And then to drop any kind of competitiveness, any kind of comparing and competitive nature that either with me or against me. It's like, no, they're here living their own life. They're in their own soul's trajectory. And for me to compete with another person is absolute insanity, because I don't have their gifts. They don't have the gifts I have. We don't have the history, the filters, or anything like that. So I'm competing with making me a better me. And not because I'm flawed and low life and scum of the earth worm, but because I have potential, because I'm an evolutionary, creative, high thinking, big brained species Of course I can grow. Of course I can develop. Of course I can become more. And I'm not going to do it though, comparing myself to others or competing with others in doing this, other than to learn from somebody that is doing what it is that I want to do, to see how does other people do this. Not because that's the way I'm going to do it, but because I can learn from that then. So take a big deep breath. And think about the consequences of your life. What does it cost you? What does it cause in you to stay quickly offended and sensitive and slow to recover and harboring grudges? Reactive and instinctive and knee-jerkish, demanding, willful, stubborn, resistant. Black and white, either or, all or nothing. What are the consequences to your life of that? Of blaming self and blaming others and nitpicking and fault finding. And uptight, serious, competitive, contemptuous. So have you had enough of that? Have you had enough of that old, painful way? It's not a rhetorical question. Have you had plenty of it? Have you had enough suffering from that? Then the new way, the new year, the new you, a new earth, a new creation, the hope of humanity. Hark the herald angels sing. A soul that knows its worth. So instead, then, my new way is to be self-regulated, self-managing, shaping the environment, affecting what I can, changing what I can, accepting what I cannot. Resilient, full of grit, learning from the challenges, sane and sensible. What would sane, sensible action be here? More open, light shedding, resilient. A broader breadth of understanding, a broader breadth of perspective. Taking responsibility for myself, my own emotions, no longer taking responsibility for anybody else's. Calmer, more sensible, relaxed, willing, accepting, going with it. Collaboration, doing what I can. Clearer, more objective, so I'm not subjected to these old ways. More objective. What can I do something about? What is in my control? More purposeful. Whatever I do is with purpose. So even though I may be doing the same things next year, I'm doing them with greater presence, with greater purpose. So richest blessings to you as you renew, as you rejuvenate, as you revitalize, as you lift up your own dreams and goals through action and intention, as you let go, as you set aside, as you say just enough, and you're discerning of that. And know that Martha Creek is for you, cheering you on. And I'm here finishing me off as quick as I can. And if there's ever a way I can serve you directly, get right in touch with me. And feel free to join the upcoming classes. They're all at the website, marthacreek.com. Till we meet again.
Thank you, Martha Creek. Thank you very much. And now I believe it's time for another song from Sugarfoot Detour.
This is an early original song about rebirth. This is Ross and Colby, and Mick is helping. My name is Byron. This is called Garden of the Goddess. In the garden of the goddess, where the iris used to dance and paint your daydreams with silken shrouded songs. Ooh, late December. For an instant past the twilight, through a charred and dusty trance, you reawaken, knowing you are strong. Even though I try and try, I never seem to understand the reason why you do when there's nothing there to do. You see when there's nothing there to see. Say there's rage and ruin, but it's outside looking in. A shattered window, no more damage to be done. Still remember, there's a force beyond the surface. Arms extended, fences mended, roots expanded, rising hidden from the sun. Still remember. Even though I try and try, I never seem to understand the reason why you do when there's nothing there to do. You see when there's nothing there to see. Where the iris used to dance and paint your daydreams with silken shrouded songs.
Thank you again, Sugarfoot Detour. We really enjoy your music. Thank you so much for being with us today. And now we're going to take a little time for meditation. I'd like to introduce to you our wonderful prayer chaplain, Karen, who is going to guide us through meditation. Thank you, Karen.
Good morning. Take a big, deep centering breath in, filling up and letting go, filling up and letting go. And let your belly soften, let your shoulders relax. You have the truth in you. Let the blessings of this new year surround you. As you leave the past behind, bless it for the lessons and let it go. And we can step forward and trust the magic of new beginnings. Without resistance to the new opportunities, we simply let the mystery of what will come be at peace. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We simply center into that peaceful quiet place. We just let that be in the silence for just a few moments, breathing in and breathing out. And we know at the core of our being that we are built for this, that we can celebrate each moment as it comes, that we are the creators and that we create in peace, we create in love, and we create in joy. Breathing in and breathing out, letting go, filling up and letting go. We open to this new year, knowing that we are surrounded and supported in love, and that we are beings of love. Thank you and blessings upon you all, for you are truth students and you know it within yourselves. So it is. Amen.
Hi, everybody. Kristen said hi. She's at high risk, so she can't be out. So everybody, I hope that she says hi. Hope everybody wishes her well. And we're going to do a song now called Quibble. Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. Your mind is clear and your head's on right. Manifestations of mercy, polishing your heart, abolishing your pain. Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. You wrap the truth in firelight. Peace pauses deep in the shadow, ascending the past, awakening our brain. Now, you wanna know, you gotta push it. You wanna know, you can't rush it. What's in your mind's eye, you gotta bring it. You wanna soul fly, then wing it. Open up into the stillness of our soul. Open up into the Nothing's gonna quibble with you tonight. Your primal cry reignites. Core passions flow through your spine stream, spiraling into energizing flame. Now teleport into the visceral Check your dashboard off thermometer. See your sundial, the yin and yang thingy, foundation of the natural. Open up into the steam of our soul. Open up into the stream.
Thank you. Thank you again, Sugarfoot Detour. We really enjoy your music. And now it is our normal time for thanks and offertory. So if you will affirm with me let's hold our gifts in our hands or in our thoughts and affirm with me, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. You can go online to unityoflawrence.org and find a place to donate through PayPal there, or send a check to 900 Madeline Lane in Lawrence, Kansas. Now let's have Holly with our offertory song.
Sweep over my soul, sweep over my soul. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep over my soul. Sweep out hate and fear, sweep out hate and fear. Sweep out hate and fear. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep out hate and fear. Sweep in love and peace. Sweep in love and peace. Sweep in love and peace. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep in love and peace. Sweep over my soul, sweep over my soul. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep over my soul. Come, gracious Spirit, sweep over my soul.
Wow, thank you, Holly. What a beautiful song. And now our prayer of thanks. Please listen. Grateful, grateful, grateful. We bless the flow of good that supports our unity community. We bless the givers who give their time, talent, and treasures. We stand in the knowing that the flow of good goes forth only to return again and again. And so it is. Amen. And now I believe it's time for announcements or opportunities. Special welcome to anyone who's new to Unity today. Thank you for joining us. Our weekly open meditation groups meets on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. All are welcome. Mark your calendars. Our 2022 annual meeting is scheduled for Sunday, January 30th, following the service. The agenda includes electing new board members, finalizing the budget, and reviewing the past year's achievements. Remember, only members can vote. See Kathy in the office if you have any questions. We are hosting the Calvin Arsenia concert on Sunday, January 16th at 5 p.m. here in the sanctuary, at Unity in the sanctuary. Tickets are $20 and available at the door. Discounts to students and advocates of the LGBT community. More information coming soon. So mark your calendars for the 16th. That sounds like a lot of fun. For those of you who may have come in late, just to get everything square, you had Martha Creek today instead of Robin Goff, because we at Unity decided it was too cold and dangerous to get out. So next week, we will have Robin Goff and the Whitestone ceremony. So please join us at Unity at 11 a.m. next Sunday for our Whitestone ceremony. Okay, am I missing anything? I'll tell you what, if I'm not, then let's sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. Thank you. And now for the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you so much for joining us. Please stay a few minutes if you would like, and we can chat about how cold it is.